Hello, hello, everyone. What a good timing with the noise from the street. Hey, 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 I have all my windows open, so if the noise comes through, the noise comes through. Who is here live? Let me know. Say hello. Or if you are coming to the recording, let me know that you are at the recording. I do want to share with you something quite spectacular. As I was preparing to launch my Infinity program, I just have a big realization, and I decided that I will share this with the intention that it's going to help someone. So who's here live? Say hello. I see some eyeballs that tell me people are here. So here's what happened. Here's what happened. Does any of you it's in a hiding or been in a hiding ever? If yes, say yes. Or you might be in a hiding now and you don't want to say yes. That's a hiding too. So here's what happened. I was writing my newsletter. I have the notes here and I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? So last year I broke the biggest hiding block that I ever had, or so I thought. When I published my book, Raising My Voice, the Memoir of an Immigrant, right? I mean, that experience took me into a totally new, different place for me, right? The day that I published the book, everything hurt. Everything hurt. Everything in my body hurt. And was not about being visible, and was not about sharing with the world my deepest secrets. It was not about sharing with the world about the trauma and the things that I went through. None of that. So here was all this about. First, I knew that I'm not 100% forever healed. I knew that's not it, and it's a ever-evolving process, right? And second, I also knew that whatever residue might be still attached to my story, they get to be released the minute that I push the publish button. And it did, and it was, right? A lot got released that was still there a night before. And then I experienced the pain. And the best way that I could describe it to you was like, it felt like a big hole in my body. It's like all the challenges and all the trauma that I went through, it grew in my body like a huge tumor. And the minute that I published my book, the minute that the book went live for people to purchase it and read my story, that tumor was released, and I was left with the big void. And that void was painful. It felt like all my internal organs had no longer something to sit on, to be supported by. And it hurt. Did I mention that it hurt? It hurt. So what happened was I was going through a massive identity shift, right? Do you remember the times that you heal something and then you don't know what to do anymore? In my case, I knew who I was with the trauma. I knew who I was with the pain, with the abuse. I knew who I was. But at this time, when most of it was released, like, what now? Who I am to be now? I needed to learn who to be without the pain. I needed to learn who to be without the abuse. I needed to learn who to be without the guilt and the shame. And it was all new, right? So it hurt. It was confusing and it hurt. And while I thought that I did so much healing, and I did, because I did go through deep healing and a spiritual healing, and I pull in the coaches and the mentors and the therapists and the hypnosis, just name it, right? At that point, I was called to go deeper into my healing, and this time around was more into the spirituality, and with the intention of really looking at where am I going and who am I being, like the future version of myself, and less into where I came from, right? So while I was doing all this, and I was diving back into reading about quantum physics, and I was starting to learn what's energy, and learning about the energy work and all that, something shifted. Something strange happened. What happened was, I start having this insights, and usually I will wake up with this just knowing, like answers that will just drop into my body and be fully forever integrated. And those insights were not like dreams or memories or something that somebody shared with me, or I learned from my teachers, or something that I read into a book, or I learned into a program. It really felt like was what we know, this downloads coming from a higher power, coming from above, right? So then I freak out. I freak out because I didn't have the language or the confidence, if you wish, to share about what's happening. So while on one hand I was super excited and grateful and curious what this might take me, on the other hand, I realized that I was back into the hiding. Here we go again. Really? Yes, really. Back into the hiding was a handful of people, less than a handful of people, that I could allow myself and trust myself to talk with about these downloads, right? So until one day when I wake up and I just start writing, and by writing I mean typing, and I knew that those are concepts and definitions and things that I finally have a language to attach to. And 16 pages later, I realized that all I could see was the number 8. So don't even get me started on numerology and the energy of the numbers and all that. I'm digressing. So back into the hiding. So while I was keep typing and was like this thing from my own journey and transformation, and this concept is integrated, and this concept is already sinking, and now I see the bigger pictures, and now I understand where I'm going, and I feel like I was like reborn, if you wish. It was just a new level altogether. And the end of it, what came through was the infinity. I knew that I meant to teach these concepts. I knew that I meant to teach all the things that I put on the 16 pages, and they're all like bullet points and lines and definitions and words. And while I looked through it, the main bullet points that come through were 8 of them. And this is how my Infinity program was born. Endless transformation, infinite possibilities. So here's what happened. I thought that I mastered the hiding concept, and I didn't, because once again, while I was this new level, as far as the hiding goes, my brain find an even more elaborated, sophisticated strategy to keep me in hiding once again, like never before, right? So I want you to pay attention to how you used to hide, just to notice your own pattern, and then realize how that evolved as you evolve, how that hidden pattern got more elaborated, more sophisticated as you evolve, and you are like more elaborated, more sophisticated, more advanced, more wiser, right? So with this program alone, this is about a year ago, really. What happened was the launch was very, very short. I think I sent one email out, and then I also did a couple posts on Facebook, and I pray that nobody's gonna sign up. Why? Because I was afraid to talk about these concepts. So what I did though, because a big part of me was called into teaching these concepts, and I want to honor that, right? So you could see how we could dance with both. We could go where we are called, and we could also allow some part of us to be hidden. Very sexy strategy. Very sexy strategy. So what I did on the back scene, I was contacting my clients, former clients, to present them this program, this new program that I want to teach. And of course, these were the people that I trust to be visible with, because most of them already witnessed me having downloads in sessions with them, in one-on-one session, or in previous programs or masterminds that we did together. So I launch, people are in, and guess what? I have 7 students in this program on its premiere, and with myself, you guess it, 8 people. I'm thinking again of the energy of 8 and numerology, but I won't talk about that in this video. So here we are a year later. I finally clean up all that. And I trust myself to talk about energy, to talk about co-creating with the higher power, to talk about co-creating with the universe, to talk about what time is and how times works, how we have the power to expand the time and to collapse the time, how to work with feminine and masculine energy, and so many other things, right? All of that are in my Infinity program. And I'm launching this to the public on July 8th, which is a very, not just 8 because Infinity, but it's a very, very important and significant date in my life. And I will share with you later about that. But what I want you to hear now is I'm gonna launch that in July 8th. It's going to be $888. I know you're not surprised about that number at this point by now. But I do have a pre-launch price for that. So I put the link in the comment. It's pinned in the comments, and please just click on it, read about it, and just give yourself a minute to see if this is something that you want to go next, if this resonates with you. It's a huge program. It's deep and wide. It's about 90 minutes each modules, which are 8 of them, right? Comparing with the first time that I launched it, with the premiere of this program, we did some upgrades to it, like editing all the videos so we don't have stretchy internet signal glitches. We add a guided self-discovery journal to each session to help you identify your own answers, so as you could have a personalized experience within it, and you have lifetime access to it. So that's what I want to share with you. And once again, to recognize that this work that we are doing, personal growth and expanding, it's ever evolving. And I want you to, if anything from this video, to be aware of when things are cool and smooth and great, and just have that question, is it there any part of me that is hiding right now? And you know your pattern, you've been hiding before, and just recognize and be aware of how, as you evolve, this strategies of hiding are getting more and more sophisticated as well. They evolve with us. So I thank you for tuning in. I'll be back here. I might most likely do more lives about this program, and I'm stepping more into the social media presence as I'm shifting a lot of things in my life and in my business, and once again coming out of the hiding in this way and be more visible and putting myself out there. All right, thank you so much. Please leave in the comments what are you taking from this. I appreciate you, I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.